Hi, son. It's been a while. I started a podcast, which is pretty weird because I'm talking a lot about, the darkness and how shitty it is to not have you alive in my life and not to be alive in your own life. Anyway, more of that on the podcast. No need to bum us out right here. Today I thought what we would do is cover the minor 2-5-1 changes with some language through the chord changes that would just help you identify the root, the minor third, the flat 5, and the minor 7th of the first chord, the half diminished chord. But it'll also give you the key notes, the leading tones for the 5 chord and the 1 chord as well. And we'll do it with vocals first, just so that it makes sense, but then you play it and you get a sense of like how to play through these changes in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I guess it's 8 positions. Not I guess, it is indeed 8. Where's the camera? Here. It's 8 positions. Shit. This was the stuff we were working on. I was teaching you, and it sucks just to throw it into the biosphere without you. I don't even know if other people will pick up on it. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters anymore, hardly. So let's go over this. So what I have here is a sense of how to sing through these changes. So if I was just going to recap the minors, got 2. Can you see this? 2, 5, 1. This is all the master exercise, the minor parts, which you should just have isolated. And we're staying in A minor for now, but please move to other keys. And the way you do that is just edge yourself up a half step and then do it again and then do it again, and just run these exercises with half steps until your hands will get used to it and your brain will start to acclimate itself to this being normal, to just having the muscle memory and the ear memory as well. And it's very important that in your body you feel where the 1, the 3, the 5, the 7 resonates, and you will. Not you, but maybe someone like you. Okay, so 2, 5, 1, right? Boo, beep, beep, boo, doo, 2 and 5 and 1. The bass line, right? 2 and 5 and 1. Let's just go up the chorus. 2 and 5 and 1. Next one. 2 and 5 and 1. You see this chord? It's the 5, 3, and the 7. It's beautiful. It's also that. 2 and 5 and 1. All right, now let's do the 2, 5, 1s on the upper strings. 2 and 5. Can you see this shit? 2 and 5 and 1. 2 and 5 and 1. I love this one because it pushes. 2 and 5 and 1. I turned up a little bit. 2, motherfucker, and 5 and 1. Not for kids, obviously. Okay. So how would you handle this? Let's just sing a little melody through these things, and then you'll play the melody eventually. Do, and we'll sing it without the words first. You'll hear it. You'll see what I'm doing. But I'm just gonna scat through it, if you will. Do 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 do. So what that is the one, the root, do 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 do. Starting on the root. Next one I'm going to start on the minor third. Do 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 do. I'm going to start on the flat 5. Do 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 do. I'm going to go to the 7. Do 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 do. And that gives me, let me sing it through the course of it just for the fuck of it. Do 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 do. Sometimes I really got to settle. And I try to also identify where the root, where the third, where the flat 5, where the 7 is here. And when I showed you the arpeggios that fit over these shapes, they guide you to all the correct places. Knowing what those tones are in terms of naming them to specifically what mode you're in is a little bit of bandwidth in your brain, but again, if I'm considering this a B minor 7 flat 5 chord, what I've got is the third, the root, and the flat 5. You know, it's just a shell. This shape gives me this arpeggio right away, and that's a perfectly awesome arpeggio. Sometimes I use this, which is just the D minor 7 arpeggio over the B minor 7 flat 5 chord, and it gives it a slight suspension, right? The C suspends. It's like a flat 2 suspension. Does that make sense? It should. Oh, God. Okay, so do 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 do, right? Do 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 do. Scuba da ba da ba da ba da bo, ba ba da ba da ba da ba da, bo. Always find the root. Scuba do bo do bo do bo do. Scuba do bo do bo do bo do. Scuba do bo da ba da ba da bo. Ska ba da ba da ba da ba da. Scuba do bo do bo do bo do. Scuba do bo do bo do bo do. Scuba do ba da ba da ba da bo. Love that one. Ska ba da ba da ba da ba da. The sadness of these things remind me of you. Scoo, scoo. That's the hardest one for me sometimes, is the root, because I don't do a lot of rootish soloing, but it's important. Scoo. It sounds beautiful. Scoo, boo doo boo doo boo doo boo doo. Scoo, boo doo boo doo boo doo boo doo. I got an itch. Scoo, boo doo boo dee boo dee boo dee boo. Ska ba da ba da ba da ba da. That one's crazy, right? Ska ba da ba da ba da ba da. Okay. Now here are the words, just so that you can start to identify them. Now there's 3 chords, and the minor, the 2 half diminished to the altered 5, right, to the 1. Am I looking at you? So the 2 half diminished, right? Let's just start down here. 2 half diminished, right? Going to the 5 chord, E, altered. Here's my alteration, like I said before in the previous videos. My alteration that I use is the flat 9 and the plus 5. Okay? It's like playing a half diminished chord 1 step down from the dominant root. You can figure that out. But I gave all that info. So I'm using the same chord, voice leading chords that I've always been using. There's no difference. Here's the words. 1 goes up to flat 9 and down to 3. And what the hell does that mean? 1 goes up to flat 9 is the F, right? The flat 9 of the E, and down to 3 and circles 3. Maybe that's what I should say. 1 up to flat 9 and circles 3. 1 up to flat 9 and circles 3. 1 up to flat 9 and circles 3, etc. So that's the first one. And what that tells me is I've got the root. 1 goes up to flat 9. Hearing the flat 9 over that altered dominant chord. It's gorgeous. And down to 3. If you can hear the 3 of these chords, it's just so, I don't want to say spiritual, but it's soul. It's satisfying to my soul, if I have one. Okay, next one. 3. So this is the 3 of the 2 chord, right? 3 up to the 3, then circles 5. Let's check that. Okay, so the 3 of the B is D. Going up just goes up to the 3 of the 5 chord, which is G sharp. And then circles circles 5. Okay. Circles the 5 of the 1 chord. 3 goes up to 3, then circles 5. That's the second one. Third one obviously is going to be the flat 5 because it's a B minor 7 flat 5, also known as a half diminished. The reason it's a half diminished, not a full diminished, is because the 7th of the chord is not a diminished 7th, but a minor 7th. Whole step from the root, not a whole step and a half step from the root. That would make it a full diminished chord. It's a big difference. We're only like 1 or 2 genes away from like bonobos. It's a big difference. I don't know. Maybe they've got something on our species. Where am I? Oh, flat 5. Do, flu, flat 5 goes up to plus 5 and down to 1, 5. 5 goes up to I love this one. 5, flat 5. Flat 5 goes up to plus 5. Not a typical tone, to be able to catch with your ear. But man, it's so unstable and delicious. It's like eating something before it slides into another flavor. Flat 5 goes up to plus 5 and circles 1, 5. Well, it doesn't circle. Flat 5 goes up to plus 5, back down to 1, 5. Use those lyrics. Flat 5 goes up to plus 5, back down to 1, 5. Let me simplify that. Flat 5 up to plus 5 and down to 1, 5. Let me sing it in tune. Flat 5 up to plus 5. Flat 5 up to plus 5 and down to 1, 5. Plus 5 up to plus 5 and down to 1, 5. Got a little tunage in there. Flat 5 up to plus 5 and down to 1, 5. Flat 5 up to plus 5 and down to 1, 5. 1, 5, A, E. So you get to also play with those intervals and really hear them. Last one is the 7th. 7 goes down to 7 and lands on 5. 7 goes down to 7, lands on 5. 7 goes down to 7 and lands on 5. That's how I'll do it. 7 goes down to 7, then lands on 5. Of course, all those passing tones are also tones that we could identify, but we would be singing so many stupid numbers. The main ones are those landing notes, and this is just to get you digging this kind of identifying the tones in the minors. So I'm just going to sing it. I'll sing it in a few places. 1 up to flat 9 and down to 3. 3 goes up to 3, then circles 5. Flat 5 goes to plus 5 and down to 1, 5. 7 goes down to 7, lands on 5. 1 up to flat 9. 1 up to flat 9 and down to 3. 3 up goes up to 3, then circles 5. Flat 5 up to plus 5 and down to 1, 5. 7 goes down to 7, lands on 5. I'm going to put the playing all of these through all the positions. You should know where to play these all throughout the positions because they'll be absolutely indispensable for soloing. Because let's say you're on, it's right there, right? So that's how you get through these. Uh-oh. Shit. I don't know why my thing stopped. Sometimes your thing stops. It's the internalization that's important. This is an important lesson because singing these and feeling where those tones are, and hearing them, the connection between the body, the ear, the instrument, all of this comes out of your mind and through your hands down through these things. So you have to have that mind, body, and I also think desire, like lust for this stuff, to really be able to hear these tones. And they're beautiful, they're gorgeous to sing through. So the master exercise minor chords with the, I don't even know what I should call these, through lines. They're just the through lines starting from, hitting the major, I just got to be careful when I say major, hitting the main tones that you want to hit to identify the chord changes, the voice leading chord changes. And I developed these for those two reasons: to sing so that I can scat, and to play. So they serve both things. If you're a singer, you're going to be able to sing through the minors with power and authority. And as a player, you'll be able to quickly identify the most important connective tissue between the voice leading of these chords. And this is the poop, and it's not jazz, it's just it's music. Pythagoras heard these tonal relationships, right? And that's what sacred geometry is all about. It's about the proportions. And when you feel and you hear and you internalize these proportions, it's like building a connection to a universal truth. God, I wish you were alive.